Alright, guys. So, this is Beyond the Archive. I'm your host, Jay, from the Dark Archive over on Reddit and the Dark Archive HQ on the website. Here joining me, I'm with.
We're Ben and
Wyatt and
Wyatt.
Ben. Hello.
Yep.
WB Adventures in the Dark.
It's good to be here.
So, these boys are joining me,
Thanks for
and.
having us.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly grateful you guys decided to accept the invite. I'd be really screwed. Let me tell
Of
you
course.
guys something. Let me tell you guys something. All right, Marcus. I know you're on the members page. I know you're actively listening to us right now. Let me tell you what, you sick bastard. Don't take the damn hard drive with the previous 4 episodes of the podcast. The only people that have seen the podcast now, all right, are going to be the people that are watching this live, or listening to this live, sorry, and YouTube when I finish editing this. All right. There is no need to not only take the hard drive with the 4 other episodes, all pre-taped, mind you. Let me just say this. Don't do it again. All right. I actually might have to strangle you the next time I see you, you prick.
I kick his ass.
And maybe he hooked it into the plane speakers. You know, like the intercoms on the planes.
Well, he's like,
Here, I got something.
I'm heading out to England. He sent me a couple book covers, which I'll have up on the website later today. He sent me a bunch of book covers for the next couple of books we have planned out. And that was it. He just said, I'm going to England, and he'll be back in about 2 weeks. I was like, okay. Come to find out, I got to release the
Have
previous...
you guys
Oh, God.
have you guys ever dabbled in any smut writing yet?
No, Jesus Christ. I get that.
Yeah.
I can pull up the most
Come on,
recent message of that right now.
Big market.
I'm sure there is.
There's a
I
big
don't want
market
it.
for that right now.
I don't want it.
My fiance keeps trying to talk me into it.
I mean, like, if you use Wattpad, that is nothing but smut stuff. It's not for
Yeah.
me. I don't know. I can't be bothered. Do you know what I mean? Especially,
No, I understand. It's like Wattpad and like the little like those little like things with all the books on them in the grocery stores. They're always just smut.
yeah.
Always. You always see like the mothers grabbing a book and sneaking it under the
Oh.
bread.
Like
Yeah.
when I first met you guys, I might have mentioned. This is back when I first started. A couple of my stories went really viral on Nosleep. And this one guy, he read my Dogman story and decides to go, "Hey, buddy, you wanna write me a horror story about a dog man?" It's like, okay, I could do that.
Oh no.
You guys know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
At some point, he just was like, "Yeah, could you have the dog man be captured by a group of guys?" I was like, "That's a little weird,
Oh.
but I don't really see why not." It's like, "What else would you want in the story?" He goes, "Can you have a female dog man get taken by a group of guys instead, and have their female counterpart, so they're like human companion that is also a female, be taken by a group of male dogmen?" And I was like, I don't like where this is going. And I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, and then he just full on said that he wants them to touch the dogman touch the woman, and I was just not having it.
Ugh.
Dude, you should have been like, how much?
I wanted to
There's
tell
money in
him.
it.
I wanted to tell him $300, but like he seemed all too willing to pay money
$300
too.
bucks.
Well, yeah, I'm
Dude,
not gonna
I'd be
write
like
smut for free.
give me, dude, I'll be like $2,000 and I'll dress up in the costume and read it for you, man. Like, come on. You know what I mean?
There's
Fuck
too
that.
many lines being crossed there. There's what is that, furry porn? Basically, is what he wanted, and I just don't.
Yo, yeah.
I don't write stuff like that.
It's furry porn and some other stuff for sure. You got some issues. You definitely got some issues.
And it's again, I'm all for writing. Like I have my community manager. She asked for her character to be somebody she was in real life. She's like no longer able to do the things that she was doing before. So I wrote her into the stories, like how she described herself, and she's badass. So like I ended up just writing her into the newer stories as a new character that got introduced, and like I'll do that for people. I even wrote you guys into the Alaric storyline, which coming to the website soon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited for that.
and I even wrote you guys into the round table, like the Knights at the Round Table storyline that I did.
I remember that. I really like
Yeah,
that little.
we read that one on our channel. I like that one a lot.
So like I'm okay with writing all this stuff for people as long as it's tasteful. I don't do the whole smut stuff right now.
Well,
I'm not saying that
well,
I
that's
won't
like
do it
just
in the
like sexual
future.
fantasy, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
what it boils down to is I'm very, like very, very, very. I can't even stress the word very enough. I'm very self conscious of presentation when it comes to writing, and the last couple of months have been a game changer for me. Taking those classes and learning to write a little differently. So, like, if you go back
Yeah.
to a story maybe say 6 months ago, it reads completely different to some of the stuff that I'm writing now.
Also,
And
you've learned like new ways to write and incorporate stuff into your stories.
yeah, so like contrast negations, you'll hear them a lot in a lot of these stories. It's just the not X, the not Y, and it usually ends in like just Z or whatever the case may be. It's just not X, not Y, not Z.
Hmm.
So it's the triple like knots in a row. I was using that because it was something I was taught during my college classes, and you know, obviously AI has been emulating pretty much everything that has
Oh yeah.
get thrown out there. And I learned very early on if I wanted to stay away from people accusing my work of being AI, I would just stop using contrast negations. Because if you look at some of the AI stories, that's all it has. It's just contrast negation after contrast negation.
So, so what is? Sorry, I don't write stuff. So what is that like? What does that exactly mean? Like contrast negation?
So, like, if you look in Discord, let me give you an example.
Okay.
So, like, not wind, not breeze.
Like because I went to film school, and when I went to film school, um they always made me like you always had to write like a specific arc in all your stories. Like you had to have like you had to have your midpoint, and always in your midpoint there was always something that had to happen, which was rather a negative or a positive effect towards the characters, and that had to always set the outcome for the rest of the story. Obviously, like it's different when you're writing short stories or like novels and things like that. But when I was like when you're writing for scripts, you always had to be in such a specific format. It's actually why I didn't proceed with that after school, because you're very limited in certain formats when you're writing for film, unless you're a big name. Like if you're a big name, like Tarantino.
Hmm.
Tarantino's scripts are like a book. Like that's how thick they are. But if you were to write a script that was the thick of a book, and you went to like a company, and were like, "Oh, here's my script," they would probably laugh at you.
Right.
It's like you
Damn.
need to have like that's why the industry is so weird right now, like the movie industry. Like I didn't end up going into it for that reason. It's because they want such like specific things, and they don't really give you open like creativity in that industry,
Right.
and it's kind of sucks.
I mean,
Um,
it right now, like some of the biggest conversation points for major studios just showing any attention to anything is like internet horror. Anything born on the internet horror wise, so like the back rooms or even Obsession, Evil Dead Burn, I think was like somebody's new take on the Evil Dead from what I was reading.
Hmm.
It's like it's a
oh,
new
is that new Evil Dead movie that's coming out?
yeah.
Oh,
It's just internet born horror is changing the way that horror is going as a genre in Hollywood right
well, yeah.
now.
There's a lot of really talented writers out there who's like they don't have a voice, right? Because they're not like, or before, like they didn't have a voice because they didn't have access to these things. Where now, if you write, like you can just post your shit online. So like a lot of people are being found, or like their work's getting recognized now, which is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So like kind of part of the reason why we started doing like what we're doing is like to try and help with that too, like read people's stories, and like we do feedback and stuff, and just try and help people too, you know.
Yeah. And I think going with the theme of internet horror, No Sleep is a big area of contention right now because You have authors like myself and I'm trying to think of another one. I think Jordan Group Horror, another person I work with pretty often. He
Hmm.
might have been banned on there. Don't quote me on that one. No one quote me on that. I'm looking at Marcus on
Why?
that.
Yeah,
Um,
You should tell
we
your
didn't we
experience.
don't even
Why?
talk to people. I don't know if I want to tell my experience. It actually made me mad. Like I don't know.
yeah. So
I've
if
never been like
go ahead, take it away.
I can tell it like yeah. So like I write too. Like you know that, and if the audience doesn't know that, like I'm a writer too. Like I'm not amazing, but like I'm getting better too. But anyways, I wrote the first part of this werewolf story I was messing around with. I was like, you know what? Like I'm gonna post around. I think I talked to you about it too when I went to post it and stuff
Yeah.
too, because I wasn't sure where to post. And I went and posted it or tried to post it on Nosleep, and they like took it down instantly. And I was like, what? So like I reach out to somebody on like the Nosleep, one of the Nosleep mods, right? Because like you would figure, you know, if my stuff gets taken down, you'd reach out to a mod, you know, just to
Right.
like be like, hey, like, why'd you guys take it down? Like, is there something I could change? Like, what's going on with that? So I reached out to this guy, and I got heard. It wasn't the guy who got back to me. It was like some other thing that got back to me. This other person, and they were like, "Oh, we saw that you had your story taken down or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, um, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was something along the lines where like, "Yeah, I just posted it here. Like, I haven't posted before." And then he was like, "Oh, you're saying you didn't post a story here?" I'm like, "No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I posted it here, but like I haven't posted here before, so like I don't know how things work." Like, he was like, "Oh, well, you messaged the moderator, and you're not allowed to do that." I was like, "That's kind of weird. Like, why can't I message the moderator?" He's like, "Well, if you would have read all the guidelines." I'm like, okay, well, that's fair. Like, but like, I'm still like trying to figure things out and how they work. That's why I'm messaging. Like, I messaged the moderator. He was like, "Oh, well, you can't do that." And I'm like, "All right, well, I won't do that next time." He was like, "Yeah." And then he said, like, "Don't be an idiot." He said some shit like that. Like, he started being like, like,
Just
like
power
an
tripping.
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah, I showed Ben the messages, and I was like, "What the hell?"
it's
And I
ridiculous.
was like, "Yeah." So we started getting into it. I'm like, "You just call me an idiot?" And he was like, "Yeah, well, that's what you're being." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Are you mean mugging me right now on Reddit?" I'm like, "What is going on right now?" Like,
Absolutely.
it
I'm
was,
gonna.
I don't know, it was so weird. It was crazy.
All right.
Anyways, that was the moral of the story. I'm not a huge fan.
So all right, listen to this. I was banned in February of I was banned in February this year. And I had asked. I asked every time I posted No Sleep. I even have screenshots of every time I've asked. I was like, so this post was taken down. I gave them the link. What was the reason given? Or they said without a reason given, is what I had asked. So I don't understand how to fix why, whatever was wrong with the story. You guys didn't give me a reason. It's like, this is the second story I posted that has been taken down in the last 3 days without a reason being given. I just wanted to reach out, see what you guys. Sorry, look at this. Try to paraphrase real quick. It was like no one answered when I reached out about the other post, hoping to get reasons as to why the posts were taken down, as I linked above, so I can get them fixed and get it back up. This is the
Yeah.
response from the moderator. In response to your message, we've looked at your post history and found over 2 dozen post removals since January of 2025, which incorrect. I have 12 posts taken down for all the same reason, which is identifying information and doxing. I was like, okay.
Doxing?
So identifying information slash doxing is like giving your character's name and the name of their town.
That that's a reason to get your post taken down?
Yep. Immersion is another rule, which is, I
Ridiculous.
guess I broke that 4 times, it says here. But again, I can't take this at face value because I have a list of all the stories, which is just 12,
Okay.
that were taken down in the year 2025 to 2026 in February. These are.
See, like,
Oh, good.
I have a problem with that because a lot of these writers, like, you're having people post here, and a lot of these people are new writers. You know what I mean? Like, these people are still learning and trying to get better. That's why they're posting. They're trying to get their stuff out there. So, like, when you're limiting people like that and like giving them all these like these rules, and for people who are trying to learn, that's really like demotivating. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like, well, like I made this, so it's like, oh, well, actually, you should change this, you should change that, and it's like, under certain circumstances, asking people or like trying to give advice and telling them like, this was a big thing with me because like, so when I was in school, there's a difference between criticism and an opinion. So if you have an opinion on, oh, I don't like the way that sounds, that's not necessarily criticism. A criticism would be, oh, I think you could make this sound a little better if you maybe change this a little bit. Like beneficial other than being like, oh, I don't like that, you should just take it out.
Right.
And when you're posting online and you're new, and if somebody's saying to you or like giving you all these guidelines or saying, oh, you can't post here because of this or that, it's like it's not positive. You're not helping this person. You know what I mean?
All right.
So that's why I don't like Nosleep.
Well, here's the other thing. So I got that message. It's like you didn't. It says I'm reading this word for word. There's 12 instances. These 12 stories that I took, like I just deleted because every time I reached out, they didn't respond. So I was just like, I'm gonna delete these and maybe I'll be in good graces. There's 12 instances where you could have edited a removed post, but you never replied to those removal messages. I have screenshots of this. This is incorrect. Again, this is the same modder. I know exactly who this mod is. Then I got another message. But these are all back to back. On December 28th, 2025, after my original ban, I told them, I was like, hey guys, I just wanted to check if I'm good to start posting again. I've been banned for 30 days. I plan on following every rule and guideline in place going forward and trying my best to make sure each post doesn't break guidelines. I posted from December to February, so 2 months? Almost exactly 2 months. Right underneath that message is telling me that, it just quoted me to myself. All that tells us you're either not reading the rules or you're deliberately breaking them. And as we told you when you were first banned in November, our rules are not optional. I was like, I never said that they were. I was just checking to see, what was going on.
Just like gaslighting.
Yeah, is all he was doing. And
that's what they do. That happened to me too.
And back in November, the original issue was identifying information / doxing because I put the character's full name in there. And I was like, okay, I'll just keep the first name in every story going forward. So if you look at some of my earlier work after the original November ban in my archive, or even just in other places as well, I omitted first and last names, and it was usually just from the first person point of view of the character who never referred to themselves.
Yeah.
I sent them this nice long message and thank you guys for explaining what's going on. And immediately after, I get where's the mod? Let me open this page up a little bit. This is the 21st is when I got this message. So I'm assuming blacklisted. I don't really know on the 20th because I was still able to post to Nosleep. Again, the post that was taken down, no reason given. So I posted on the 20th. That post was taken down, no reason given. The next day I get this message and it says, the reason for this ban. And it says, you have been permanently banned for Nosleep from participating in it. Commenting, you've broken community rules. Scroll a little further. The reason for this ban was explained to you in a separate mod mail. They didn't tell me I was being banned. There was no oh, you're being banned, by the way. That wasn't the end of the thread. My message, my last one, telling them, thank you for letting me know. I'll figure out what to go forward. I get this separate message from the mod himself. There are lots of other wonderful posting options available which aren't as restrictive as Nosleep. Good luck to you elsewhere. ...
Damn.
Yeah,
I
think it's the same thing you said to me.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm banned? So I get I check the other message and it's just, you're banned for this reason from a separate mod mail. I was like, oh, okay. The earliest appeal date when I got this message is, again, beginning of the year. It's August 21st, 2026. A whole 6 months later, I can reappeal. And they're just going to say no anyways, so I'm not going to reappeal.
Fair enough.
Dude, you should have just sent a photo of your nuts, bro. That's what I would have done.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And again,
dude, honestly, I think it would just make you feel better. You'd feel so much better.
Oh, I'm sure I would.
And just don't say anything. You're nuts.
Like my first
So,
big,
in all seriousness, that's pretty out.
yeah, a little bit. My first big like announcement I had on my subreddit was like letting people know this is what happened. No sleep decision. You know, I wasn't really like trying to pander to anybody. I don't care for the most part that I was banned. But like my community went up in arms.
They're
Um,
pissed.
yeah, I mean, there's 300 of us at the
Damn.
time of this post. This is back. It's 5 months ago. It says. Um,
All right. Well, if anyone in Penty's community is listening right now, make an alt account and send a photo of your nuts to him. We'll leave his
Jesus
we'll leave
Christ.
his thing in the description. I want at least like 20 of you to do it. It has to all be at the same time too.
I don't know. I have a lot of female oriented audience from what I understand. Like I was checking the stats and it says a lot of the audience is female, which is a little bizarre, but I'm not really complaining. You know what I mean? But
Okay. Well, don't do that then. Don't do
right,
that.
yeah, jeez, don't listen to him.
Yeah. Don't do that.
But like I asked
What's it?
for. Oh, God.
No, sorry. What I was gonna say was bad. Anyways, I'm not gonna say that. You
Okay.
talk.
So like I posted this message for everybody who did this like, kind of like announcement. I even reached out to a couple of the creators that I was working with at the time, which ended up honestly like J Group, Dark Knight Tales, Campfire Tales, or yeah, Campfire Tales. Zach. Anyways, I asked all these people for information, like any other places I could post, and they kept pointing me out to all these different areas of Reddit, basically. And slowly over time, I'll be able to build my community up to a degree where I don't need the approval from any mods or any other subreddit. I take part in all this stuff, and I've built, in my opinion, a great community. Like I couldn't ask for a better community, and it's just been
That
it's
you've
just
actually accomplished that.
yeah, and it's just been like an exhilarating ride. Going from 50 followers to what am I at now, 670. Like I'm not trying to brag by any means. I'm really thankful for the community I've been able to build. But every now and then I got these, like there's a dude on my sub right now that I know who it is. I'm not gonna ban him. I don't really care. All he's doing is fueling my drive to make better stories. But he literally is just downvote. Every time I post, a downvote is there. And he's just like, he's so consistent. I hate it. I hate it so much with a burning passion. It's like, dude, why are you so consistent at it?
He's driving you forward.
He's driving me forward. It's also being a pain in my ass.
Fair enough. That's funny though.
I don't know what I just clicked, but now I'm in like the old school Reddit style. I don't.
Oh no.
How did I?
Old school Reddit style. Did you to?
Oh no, I got it. I got it. I don't know why I
Okay.
did that, but yeah, that's just been like how things have been going recently. It's like I'm pretty okay. I think he just fucking downvoted again. He did downvote again.
Yeah.
I just
He's
saw it.
just, he just hates figures, ain't you, man?
I want to take
That's
down
okay.
the podcast post.
Ben's brother comments like horrendous things
Oh
on
my-
our videos sometimes.
Bro.
I actually have to take them down sometimes because they're so horrendous.
Jesus.
Like I can't remember what one was, but it was horrible. And I was like, Jacob, I'm like, you can't do that. I'm like, that's too much. He's like, it's funny. I'm like, it's funny for us, but if we have some like random person who's finding our channel because it's been happening a lot lately, and they see that,
There's gonna be some questions asked.
there's
Yeah.
gonna be some questions. Like, I can't remember. I think the one was like I'll gargle your balls or something like that. It was something like that, and I was like,
Can't be having that.
we can't be doing that.
Yeah, honestly, that's it's a little out there.
We grew up in the country though, right? Like very different down here.
See, now I was born in a city, and now I'm in the middle of literally nowhere. I can't give you the exact location, but I'm just in the middle of nowhere, just in the middle of farmland. All right,
Hmm.
moving out here was such a big change, and I'm glad I did it because I'll give a little bit of a backstory. I don't know if I told you guys at some point, but for those of the members that don't know, I come from a, let's say, an eccentric father, and he does very illegal things sometimes.
Okay.
So I was trying to get away from that, and it ended up being this whole big thing where I was being threatened not to move, and I'm not gonna make it out here on my own. I
So
ended
you're
up,
saying to you?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It was just like a try to get me not to move kind of deal. Like, oh, I still depend on you. Like his words were, "You still depend on me," and
so you're just being like
a dick.
a dick, yeah.
You guys can
Disrespect.
curse. Yeah,
Yeah,
careful with what you say, but
I had similar stuff with my family too, or my biological father. You know, it happens. I mean, I got fortunate enough there. I had a good stepdad who kind of like put me on the
Well,
right path. But yeah, my father was in jail and out of jail, and just like
right.
he would very manipulative. Be like he would act like one person, and then you go and we stayed there for a bit, and then you just like he just had his hand in my pocket the whole time trying to take money. So like I feel you. Maybe not the same, but like I understand it.
Yeah.
A lot of people have shit like that. It sucks.
And again, I do love the man, but there's lines that have been crossed over the last 10 years that have put me in a weird position. But I'm not really going to get into all that right now on the podcast. I think we
Oh, you don't
should,
have to.
yeah, we'll shift topics here a little bit. Just kind of get that off the itinerary, basically.
We could talk about that the new Backroom show. I haven't seen it, but you were
Show.
saying it was good. Show. It wasn't. Is it a show or a movie?
He wants to turn it into a show. It's a movie. Honestly, that movie, I'd give it a 9. I would give it a 9. I would. But
9.
for me personally, it's about an 8. The only reason it's an 8 out of 10 is because there was so much left to interpretation that you're kind of left guessing. And again, I understand that if you know anything about Kane's work as a whole, it's not everything's meant to be given to you on a silver platter. Like, you're not supposed to be spoon fed everything. I understand that, but there was a lot just going on in that movie that made you question too much. I feel like. Now I understand you guys haven't watched it yet, but I do recommend watching it. It is a good
I
movie.
haven't seen it. I've heard. What would like your horror movie pedestal is?
My horror movie pedestal. I would have to say, and maybe it's because I like old school movies. What the hell is it called? I just wrote a story inspired by that a while ago. I haven't uploaded it yet. Event Horizon, I think is the movie's name, and John Carpenter's It. Those are like my top two movies.
I love The Thing. The Thing was like one of my favorites.
Oh my god, I misspoke. Not John Carpenter's It. Fucking The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Jesus Christ.
Is that the one where he's like in the
I was
ice?
thinking that because I was like, I don't know if John Carpenter did it. Yeah.
No, so I'm
reading in the ice.
I'm reading my notes, and it is like a movie I have to talk about after.
Oh, okay. I like that. Did you ever watch the old one that they did, like that was for TV?
What? It?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a little bit here and there. I really wasn't. I grew up at a weird time, so I grew up on the cusp of not being a millennial. Within those it was like 2003 or something like that was the last year for millennials. I was born in 2001, and growing up, I watched a lot of the older shows from like the 80s and 90s. But there was some stuff that I just could not get by, which one of those things was It. It didn't really make like none of that stuff's scary to me. Like a clown isn't scary to me.
Fair enough. I remember I was only really scared of clowns when I was a little kid. Sorry if I've been quiet. I was just doing a little
No, you're good. I was
Sorry,
trying to.
I'm moving positions. My family's arriving at the house, so it's getting loud.
That you mean
You hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it was a good movie. I watched it. I watched the originals when I was younger, and then I watched um the new ones not too long ago.
hmm. Let's see here. So 2000. I was born at the ass end of 2000. Um,
Okay.
so like watching some of the, like anything older
Okay.
than, I'm trying to think. Anything I for some reason I love it, the newer stuff. Um, but I could not get
Like the
behind any like the more recent movies. Or the two more.
oh,
Yeah.
like shoot, I'm trying to think. I don't know the guy's name, but he does like the creepy smile and like the piercing eyes or whatever, however they describe him.
Yeah.
Is that
Um,
is that the cat? No, not. I'm thinking the cat from
Cheshire
What's
Cat
that
from
movie?
Alice in
Yeah,
Wonderland.
Cheshire Cat. Yeah,
Mm,
that's what I was thinking of.
fair enough.
Um, I also there's another one I used to watch a lot when I was younger. Van Helsing. Did you guys ever watch Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman?
yes, the
I've
movie's very strange. Like looking, I went to watch it with my went to watch it recently, and he's in the living room watching it. I'm like, I don't remember it being this bad.
I
It's
love it. I still love it.
it's a very good
It's
movie to
like
watch, but it's like when you're looking at how the story progresses, you're kind of just like, maybe there's some work
oh
needing to
yeah,
be
it's all
done
over the
here.
place. Yeah, it's all over the place. I just thought the animation for the time was really good. Like the CGI and the animation, all the CGI and stuff was really good. Like even like the werewolves and the vampire, like they still hold up pretty well.
Yeah,
Like
it's
considering.
actually reasonably well. It's kind of just the similar concept as you watch Jurassic Park, like the first one. All of that was
I grew up
done.
Yeah,
on those.
All of that was done at a time where you couldn't, like when you were making all the CGI stuff, you couldn't see what you were doing. You had to wait until the end to figure out what needed to be fixed and
Oh, okay.
redone and reanimated and whatever else might needed to be had for this movie to be as successful as it is. And now we have access to all that stuff in our phones and all that stuff in our computers and just our day to day lives. Um, so it's amazing to see how well some of these movies hold up now.
That's fair. I
yeah.
personally I personally like older movies better. I can see what you mean where how some hold up, but I don't know. Recently I've been seeing like the state of some movies just they kind of suck.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
just brutal.
Lawrence was pretty bad. I don't know, dude. I could speak on it a little bit, like, 'cause, like when I was in school for it, like even like I said, like the formats. I think a lot of it is the format's very limited now, so it's like people don't want to express themselves fully anymore in film, or they're like, kind of put away. And also, like when you send your script in somewhere, it gets like put down, right? Like you're not just like immediately looked at. You're like in a pile. So it's like there's a lot of these people who have probably written really good scripts that just haven't been seen.
They haven't been put up.
yeah. Oh my god.
So it's kind of tricky to say like where we're. Who knows? It could get better. Like we're seeing a lot of new stuff, specifically in the horror genre. I feel like it's been doing really well this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, you have
This year's been a good year.
again like I guess the biggest.
Obsessions.
Yeah, the biggest ones are Obsessions and even the Backrooms. It's
Yeah, the Backrooms.
it's A24's
Was
like.
Iron Lung this year? Or
Say that again.
was that last year?
What?
Was Iron Lung this year or last year?
Iron Lung
This
was this year. I remember seeing it this year. That was also a good movie.
Yeah, that was pretty good too. Yeah.
Um,
So there's been some good ones.
yeah, like all the Backrooms when it first came out, was going crazy. Like every other story, there's a backroom story in some way, shape, or form, whether it be directly or indirectly. You have analog horror, which is supposed to be getting what is it, the Mandela Catalog?
I love analog horror.
It's supposed to be getting a movie or a show. I don't remember which one it was, but that's getting its
What's
own. What's up?
what's analog horror? I don't think I've ever heard of
Analog
that.
horror is um VHS aesthetics, emergency broadcast, fake training tapes.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Most analog horror is an image of like a disfigured humanoid being with like big eyes and a exaggerated smile. They're usually like demons or stuff like that. Um, they those are like what they're the
Try to
most
get
popular analog horror. Like
Vita Carnes is one of my favorite ones. I absolutely love Vita Carnes.
Bloodbath Godzilla,
Oh, that's a good one.
Mushroom Cloud Godzilla. The Man in the Suit was a really popular one, but it wasn't popular for all the right reasons. Um, we've got like the Transformers analog. You got the SpongeBob's analog.
SpongeBob?
Yeah, it's very strange to see some of the stuff that
SpongeBob.
popped up. Yeah,
What?
um, the SpongeBob analog horror that happened by mistake. Let me see if I can find when Nickelodeon was hacked and that happened on live.
That's terrifying. Can you imagine the freaking children freaking out.
I remember
The
seeing
My
this
Little Pony
actually.
analog.
I'm sure there is. Let me see.
You guys watch the Winnie the Pooh horror movie and the Grinch one because they came into fair use?
I I heard about those, but I never went to watch them.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah,
They're
I was gonna
horrible,
say.
but they're not good. But it's just funny because all those characters are coming into fair use now, so people can
Oh,
use them how they want.
yeah.
Um,
Um, there's another character that I think it's Sherlock. I think Sherlock Holmes is coming into fair use soon,
Okay.
or the opposite. I wasn't sure if he was coming into fair use soon or if they tried or they made it so he can never be used in fair use. I can't remember. It's one of the two.
um,
But that's why you see like these really weird like slasher movies come up and shit of like these characters that you know from like childhood and stuff. It's because they're coming into fair use.
yeah, it'd be very strange. I guess this happened in 2005. There's clips saying that it was just internet horror, which again I'm sure it was. Um, the SpongeBob analog horror thing actually started from this because this is something that happened. I guess the episode is Gary takes a bath.
Was that when
I don't
she
like
takes Gary's shell off?
Maybe I don't remember. This is the video abruptly
I don't.
cuts from a cartoon to a message from a hijacker expressing longing for an old friend, apologizing to Nicole and Anthony.
Does he have like a
Um,
mask?
say that again?
Does he have a mask?
No, this is just a SpongeBob. Like this is just a random cut in from SpongeBob.
Okay.
Another one that had happened that says "I miss you." It was hijacked during the Shoe Size episode, 2004.
Hmm.
Um, Along with unsettling visuals of a trapped SpongeBob and reversed music. This was it used like VHS. It looks crazy. It just looks crazy. You guys have to watch a clip of it. But that was like the original analog horror, was somebody doing
Okay.
that, and now it's all the like the Bloodbath Godzilla or even Mushroom Cloud Godzilla, or like two popular ones. You've got the Mandela
I like those
catalog.
found footage. The found footage movies are good. Like the VHS series, the ones that are all like I don't know how many movies. I think there's like seven
You
or
know
eight.
Cloverfield?
But, yeah,
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield's footage too.
Yes, that's a great movie.
They
I
did
love that
that.
movie.
There's they did that one, and then they did Cloverfield Lane, which was not found footage, but I think it was supposed to be in the same universe.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And I think we did one more. I can't
So,
remember. There's like a space one.
it's God Particle. I mean, there's four. The fifth one's coming out this month or next month, I think. Technically, they're all connected. Well, let me mention this real quick. Chernobyl Diaries. She's Chernobyl Diaries from
Yeah,
2012. That was a good
I know.
VHS movie.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Obviously the Blair Witch. You
Yep.
can't go
Oh
wrong with
yeah.
that one. That movie's still scary. And there is another one I'm thinking of. I think it's Wreck with the zombies.
Yeah.
There was the Spanish one, and then I think the Americans made one too, but the Spanish one's better.
Um.
I don't think I've
Those
seen
are
it.
all pretty. And I think Hell House is also another one,
Yeah.
and The Ones That My Uncle Took is another one too. No, right, never mind.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know that many movies, as you know.
That wasn't a movie. I was trying to throw in the ball into your guys' park, and nothing came out of it.
No,
So.
I like zoned out. I'm looking for my file.
See what I'm drawing, Wyatt?
You drawing right now?
Yeah, bro. Little podcast box.
Oh no. Oh, you know,
I don't know what you look
it
like.
was an
Dude,
okay movie. As Above, So Below. That was an okay movie.
Was that the one in France?
Yeah.
I actually really liked that one.
Oh yes, that one was cool too.
Grave Encounters 2 was a good movie too, honestly. Both Grave Encounters
I don't think
were
I
decent.
saw the second one. I saw the first one. The first one was all right. I don't know. There's a lot of good horror movies out there, but a lot of them aren't like mainstream. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And there's so much going on with just mainstream horror right now. I think even what was his name? The guy that created Siren Head just got a deal for his Siren Head IP. That's gonna be getting a movie as well from Warner Brothers.
Oh, really? From Warner Brothers?
Yeah, Warner Brothers bought the IP, I think, or they're paying him to use the IP.
That could be interesting. I've heard. Have you guys heard anything on the Odyssey yet?
The Odyssey? I don't
I've been seeing
think
like a
so.
lot of like negative press. Yeah, for the Odyssey. It's the one that what the fuck's his name? Who's the guy that made Batman? The Dark Knight. I can't remember his name. The director.
Trying to see who is the director for this. Christopher Nolan. That's not the director. Wait a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Really? Christopher Nolan?
I think it's Christopher Nolan. I think he did The Dark Knight,
Let me check.
or
Real
not The
quick.
Dark Knight. You might have done the one before that. I'm not sure. You have to fact check that because I'm not sure.
I'm checking right now. Yeah, he did. What? Why am I just not? God damn. Yeah, he directed The Dark Knight. I didn't know that. Well, The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
He also directed that
he did
too.
The Dark Knight.
Huh.
He did a bunch of stuff.
I have to watch more of his
Everybody's kinda
movies.
clearing it out
Dark
of my
Knight
head.
was really good. Marcus, stop.
What's he doing?
He's constantly typing. He's like, "Can you guys talk about this found footage making another comeback?"
Found footage? Make
Oh,
another comeback. I would like to see that.
I would like to see that, but like it's also a niche. So like it's a very specific audience that likes that, and it has like a cult following, right? So like I don't know if it could or I think if the right story and the right like director and cast made something, it could work. But like for a broader audience, anyways. But I think if like people were making found footage now, I think it would probably just hit home with like the small audiences again, right?
I think
I
it'd
don't
do
know.
better on YouTube.
Yeah, it might
I
do
think
better
that,
on YouTube.
no, 100%, 100%, yeah.
I know I'm basically sucking Kane off at this point. But I know that like I talk about Backrooms being, actually really good. The movie, and if you look at his like videos that he had uploaded when he was doing this by himself, it was 2019 maybe, where he fell into the backers. Like it's this whole like video series. I think that's really good. Like that's like found footage. That's really good, and he honestly should keep doing it. But it also runs into he wants to make it a series is what he's aiming for. So like it might be something we see on the small screen.
Okay.
But I hope he does go back and like do more found footage for the Backrooms in general, because he definitely has something going here.
You know what I want to touch on?
What's
I
up?
want to touch on what's your opinion on the usage of AI in a lot of like they're gonna switch over to using AI in some modern movies here soon. Oh, they've been talking about it.
So like
What's your opinion on that?
So A24 sold out to let me double check. Let me fact check this before I start opening my mouth. Who did they sell out to? A24. They're bought out by. They made a deal with Google. They didn't get bought out. Excuse me. I guess Google's DeepMind is a AI tool. It's like an AI powered tool to make films and stuff like that. Um, I think Netflix also bought Ben Affleck's AI startup. Interpositive, I think is the name. Don't quote me on that one either. But like, you have all these talented, you know, people that work in cinematography, people that work as animators, all this stuff that goes into these mega hit movies. Even like movie was a little weird, but um, Jurassic World,
Oh
I
yeah.
enjoyed it.
like that's a
Wait, is
good
it
use
the
of
newest?
CGI. That's a good use of like all these resources that
Oh,
we have available to us,
yeah.
um, or not us. All these studios have available at drop of a hat. These are perfect for these people are super talented. They're doing all these things to help further the what was the word I'm looking for? Um, they're helping further the Hollywood scene or even just the movie making scene in general. Now, obviously, it might be cheaper to do a AI powered bullshit video or AI powered bullshit movie or even just writing. Um, but that takes away from the creativity people have. You're limiting all this stuff. Like, you don't want to hire all the people it requires to make a movie. You want this to be done through AI. It's cheaper. It's going to look crappy, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the Pools trailer.
No.
No.
So, all right, you guys need to do that real quick and just
I'll just here, go watch it.
there it is. Or even just look at poolsmovie.com. I think they're using generative AI in there.
Oh no.
Yeah, so like it's is this it? Am I looking at the right thing?
Is is this it? I sent in Discord.
I'm checking right now. This is not it. Whatever this is. Let me check Discord real quick. No, that's not it. That's not it.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it myself. You have got to see this. Maybe it was a concept. I don't know.
I don't know. I've just been seeing a lot of that. Like, I think it's a tool, right? It's like anything else.
Yeah.
I think if you're using it as a tool, it's good. But I think if you're using it as a crutch, it's not. And I think a lot of people have been using it as a crutch in like recent, and it just makes it bad. You know what I mean? Like it just, you know what I think it could be used to help certain
This
people and certain
environment also has
things, and
days
like
exploring surrounding landscape collective.
I don't
People are
know.
just using it in a way it really shouldn't be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
like to
With
it
each
help for like
creativity.
yeah, like if you helped it for like concepts and things like that, or running ideas through it, like you know what I mean. I could see that being okay, but like if you're using it to like write your whole story or like
Make a
create these
movie.
characters, like do everything for you, then like what's the point at that point, right?
Yeah.
I just sent a link
But
to it. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's the pool rooms from the back rooms, but you
Okay.
have this whole like there's speculation that they're going to be using generative AI for the entire movie. Build their rooms and all this other stuff. Which
Mm.
honestly, it wouldn't be it wouldn't be bad. Like if they did this by hand and had a group of developers, working towards this one goal, getting this movie out. But you start pushing the lines of using generative AI, and you start taking away the creativity. You even take away from the story itself, because now all you're doing is setting a precedent when that precedent does not need to be set. We don't want to use. No one wants to see the AI stuff.
Yeah. Like, do you know the old Transformers movie where it has that little thin robot? He has like it's really impressive how he comes together and it's all made of CGI.
Yeah, yeah,
We've drifted away from stuff like that, and that was made in like what 2009. And how far like movie the quality I'd say the quality of movies have gone down
mm,
with that kind of
oh,
thing. So
100%.
seeing
Yeah.
seeing that they're going to be using AI to make all the background stuff in the pool rooms, whatever. But I feel like it's not going to go the way they want it. They're going to lose money or something. And if it isn't a flop, then it's good for them. But it's just I just think it's lazy. Like people aren't gonna enjoy it as much because it doesn't have the soul to it, right? Like it's
Well,
made by a
yeah,
robot.
it's the same with AI voiceovers too, right? Like
Yeah,
even when I go to message people for stories, like the first thing they ask me is if we're like an AI channel a lot of the time. And it's like,
yeah,
no. So I understand it. Like it's just it is lazy in a way, and it's also just like a lot of people don't like that. You know what I mean? They
yeah.
like the human aspect of these things. And when
Right.
you're taking away that human aspect, people don't like that.
Well, the other
And we're also like a lot of people haven't come around to it yet.
yeah, this is true. The other thing is, I'm not outing anybody. Like, don't like the person that I'm referencing specifically should not have as big of an impact on. Actually, no, they don't have an impact on the horror community at all. But this person is fairly like a common name amongst viewers of narrations and stuff like that. This person uses 11 Labs, and if you don't know what 11 Labs is, it's just you can take a 5 minute clip of yourself talking, like you'll record that clip, and it'll try to analyze your pronunciations of words and how you enunciate on these words. It tries to analyze that and duplicate your voice through AI. The other thing this thing does is if you take an hour of it, so you're reading an hour long whatever, you can successfully clone your voice. There's no inflection. There's no like breathing. Like I can smack my lips right now, and you'll hear that. They don't do
Yeah.
that with the like this 11 Labs. Make sure that it is almost perfect.
Well, if they don't do that, that's like the lack of. There's not. It's not human, right?
Yeah,
Like the humans aren't perfect. There's
Yeah.
error. That's part of being a living creature. Like I just think people who if someone does that, I just think that's lazy. That's
Like I like listening to story and hearing people like if they fuck up, they fuck like I don't care. You know what I
that's
mean?
part
Like
of
we
it,
fuck
right?
up all the time. It's part
Yeah.
of it. Yeah. I also feel like it adds a level to it if you're like reading people's writing because writers it's a very open thing. Like you're sharing a part of yourself a lot of the time when you're sharing your writing to people. So it's like if someone can sit there and read your stuff and you can see that they mess up too, it makes people feel better, right?
Hmm.
So like when you have I don't know it's really like it's very subjective and it's very everyone's gonna have an opinion on it. Someone will like it, someone won't. Like it's opinion based, right? And how
right,
you feel about it. But for me, I'm not a huge fan. Like I think, like I said, like I think it's okay in some aspects, but I don't like the full on like AI voiceover and like using it for everything. And
right.
Yeah.
like I'm trying to even with our channel, I'm trying to move away from a lot because we use it like we use it for our thumbnails, but that's it.
I I,
Like I'm
I
trying to
draw
move away
over
from
it.
that.
But yeah,
Yeah.
No,
that's the only thing I use
listen
it
to
for.
this. So somebody asked me, was it my 7th month doing this? They asked like, "Are you using AI?" It's like, "What's AI?" And they thought I was joking.
The,
Um, yeah, this is pretty early on into last year. I guess ChatGPT was starting to get big, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna trust a random app that everybody is using. Like, it took me a couple years to download TikTok to give you an idea. Um,
Yeah.
so I wasn't already aware of the AI stuff, and I still don't know how to use ChatGPT and whatever the other ones are. I understand that like Grok is used for funny stuff and on Twitter. That's as far as I know. I don't think AI can write good stories. I've been able to tell recently with some of the stuff that people, are asking me to point out on the website. We have a member. I'm not outing him, but he probably will be banned in the future. He
yeah.
uses AI for his little short stories, and I told him I was like, I'm taking these down. We'll figure out what to do with you after I take all these stories down because I've been trying to open up the subreddit so that people can post, and every couple of weeks I get a random upload and I check that with an AI checker and it comes back as like 50% AI and I'm like,
Damn.
yeah, it's just like I can't allow this on the subreddit. There's no place for AI
Yeah.
anywhere like the stuff that I do or even the stuff you guys do. Obviously you guys use AI for your thumbnails, that's different. You guys aren't cloning your voice to then produce a product that you can
No.
pass off as actually yourself.
I would never. We would never do that. I'm
Exactly.
so against that.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
it wouldn't
I
feel
don't even like
right.
using it for thumbnails. To be honest, it
That's why
just
I'm working on
helps,
it
right?
for
'Cause, yeah, Ben's wants to draw the whole thing eventually, but that's gonna take a bit. It's not a
yeah.
rush,
Right.
but that's our end goal for that part of our channel. But obviously, like we want to get better too. So like, if you have anybody who listens to us, or you have people who go and listen to us, feel free to let us know if there's anything we can do better. Because like we are trying to get a lot, but we've gotten a lot better since we've started. Like
Yes.
Oh
if you went
yeah.
and listened to some of our older stuff
Yeah.
compared to now, like it's way. But
Again, it just boils down to practice, repetition, get it done, move on to the
Yeah.
next step. Just constant evolution is how I look at it. Is you can only get better from here. Obviously, this podcast, I am literally winging it because my ever so lovely illustrator friend has the original four. Um, who is currently watching this live, I might add. And I'm telling you now, Marcus, the next time I see you, I'm going to strangle you.
Fair enough.
well,
Um,
every creative's just kind of winging it, dude. We all got to figure it out, and it's nice. It's nice for us too, because like when we started out, we met you, and then you helped us out, and then we met a lot of people just like starting out. We've been doing it for not even a year yet, and we've met a lot of people. So like it's just nice seeing there's community and there's people who are like wanting to help each other out and like wanting to like see other people succeed. So like even seeing that, it like helps us out, and in return we like to help people out too, right? So it's just nice seeing that in this community.
right. Um, I think my main goal with the Dark Archive as a whole, which I might need to rebrand, I found out that there's a whole book series called the Dark Archive.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's just really unfortunate. I don't know. Let me check when that came out, actually, real quick before I start trying to rebrand. Uh, when did this come out? 2018? Yeah, I might have to rebrand.
Uh
Oh, no.
Call it like Penty's World and like have a photo of like the Yoshi that we sent you
No,
as like your
no.
profile.
I'll make sure to put that in post or have your eventually talk to your guy and see if he can put it in post for me. Um, yeah.
Everybody wants to see Yoshi. It is amazing.
the best Yoshi.
Like, I'm gonna just pivot a little bit on this subject. I wanted to talk to you guys about this in private, but I guess it
Yeah,
doesn't
sure.
really. It has a home in public as well, even on the podcast. This is for future writers or even just anybody that wants to get into YouTube. So this specifically for you guys as narrators. There is this whole problem going on with YouTube right now. I don't know how well you guys are tapped into the whole narration community. We have a problem with YouTube's AI algorithm flagging anything from Reddit as inauthentic content. So
Okay.
the reason I made my website and even just made the Patreon as like a backup is because at some point all these authors aren't going to get any attention towards their stories. YouTube is putting their foot down, it seems like. Going forward, they're not really allowing links to the person's Reddit page or anything like that, which I think you guys are fine for right now, but soon you guys are going to want to at least not include the link, include the author's name. Don't put any link to Reddit. That might help you out a little bit. Also, the way the algorithm works right now is if you can define what your channel is instead of hopping between multiple categories. So, like if you guys started producing gaming videos, your narrations wouldn't get any attention.
Okay.
Same with like your what are they tags on YouTube? I don't know the categories or whatever where you can put like.
Yeah, the hashtags. Yeah.
Let me open up YouTube real quick.
A big thing we do is we tag we put the links to the Reddit story and the authors from Reddit in our thing.
Yeah,
our description.
Yeah, we always try and link the authors, but if that's like we haven't had any problems yet. Like obviously we're not like a massive channel or anything. We're still really small, but like we haven't had any. I haven't even had anything get flagged yet, or like anything at all. So like if it does start to happen, then obviously I'll have to make that shift and we'll have to change it up. But
yeah, you can realistically have a Reddit story on there, but when it comes down to support the author and stuff like that, maybe just give their username for Reddit. So like user slash whatever, user slash orange pig. Realistically, could be something you do. Um, um, but you don't want to do links anymore. Like if you go look up Jordan Group horror, I talk about him a lot. He's like honestly one of the he's I think he's the author I work with the most. My story is from 3 days ago. If you click that, there's not a link to my Reddit. There's a link to my website and my Patreon. So you can link that.
Oh. Okay, and then from there they can see the rest of it or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. So like for the archive website, I plan on having a link back to my Reddit. I also plan on, adding these pages that include no, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you. Sorry about that. I had to talk. Um
Very good.
Jesus Christ, stroke. And what it boils down to is preventing all these narrators from getting banned on YouTube or even just getting out of the monetization zone, is what I like to call it. Because if you go over to Jordan's page, like his main YouTube, and go to post, if you scroll down a couple posts, it like from what 2 months ago is when the news hit everybody. Yeah, 2 months ago. If you kind of just like skim through that post, it tells you like what was going on, and this has been going on since November of last year.
Because yeah, it's just been ravaging
Dude,
the
it's
net time.
it's bad. Like a guy I'm working with for my most recent book, he he's gonna do the narration on Audible, and I just talked to him yesterday so we could finalize the details on that. But he was telling me that he's been kind of hurting for the monetization to come back. He's at the end of another 90 days. He's been waiting. So
Jeez.
yeah, like the community right now is on YouTube at the very least in shambles. Obviously, a lot of these creators are getting their stuff back. Like Jordan got monetized back again. Zach is another one I work with often. He just got remonetized, but he's very hesitant to do anything that was already posted to Reddit. So I have
Hmm.
to go out of my way, which again I don't mind. I've written exclusive stories for a lot of these narrators, and it's we're at a weird point in time on YouTube where not knowing what your channel is going to be about, or even just not picking the right tags, it'll get you nothing for what do you call it? It'll get you nothing for attention. So you're kind of left in like YouTube limbo. And my way of helping is the website, posting exclusive stories to their whatever they need. Like for you guys, I plan on doing a mini series exclusive. It'll be posted to Reddit initially, and then I'll move it over to the website, and it'll be taken off of Reddit, so you guys can just link back to the website.
Okay.
Okay. What's this? Good that you like where people are figuring out how to get like work around it. I think it's actually very nice of you that you're doing that.
Sorry,
Well, people gotta like figure these things out, right? I haven't seen much on it, but
yeah. Well, it took the effort of. I am unfamiliar with this guy's name. Let's see if he has it linked here. He like led the charge on the revival, like everybody getting their channels back. Creepy Ghost over on Twitter. I think he's also a narrator. I'm unsure, but like it's him and 20 other YouTubers that were all, demonetized. Dark Knight
Damn.
Tales says Creepy Ghost, Hong Kong Horror, Just Creepy, Dr. Plague, Miss Spooky ASMR, Blue Spooky, Dark Horror, Mr. Revenant, Jordan. Who else is here? I'm kind of just skimming through this list. Darkness Prevails. All these really big names. Even Raven Reeds is on here. I didn't even realize that. But they were all demonetized at pretty much the same time.
So
And
okay, yeah, that's brutal.
yeah, it's like this demonetization wave going through all of narrating for for YouTube, and I'm sure it hit other channels as well, like outside the horror community, and it just shows you that like AI specifically, like everyone was getting responses from AI YouTube bots. It's not like they were getting speaking to actual people. So
it was just a rogue AI just fucking YouTubers basically.
yeah, pretty much. And it what it boils down to is why couldn't we? I think that they silently changed the rules or the guide, whatever the fucking what I'm talking about. They changed
Terms of service or whatever.
yeah, they changed that quietly after this went public. So like we don't know. Again, I work with a lot of narrators. We don't know exactly what is triggering this bot to flag all these narrators as inauthentic content.
Okay.
Like Dark Knight Tales. He's somebody I work with very extensively. He's helping do the audio version of the book. He is still demonetized. And what ended up happening was with like Zach and Jordan. I think Zach took down pretty much all his videos. He had like 3,000 videos. They're all gone.
Gee,
yeah.
Dang. Oh my god.
He has maybe 100 now or something like that. A lot of his older stuff is still up, and some of the newer stuff is back up. But it's like he has
awful.
nothing now in terms of videos.
That's just gotta be crushing, dude. Like, what can you even do about that?
I don't think. I think a lot of narrators ended up deleting all their stuff, but I don't think they had to. Maybe I'm sure that they could have, privated all the videos and made them unwatchable for anybody, but like still kept them up. But now you run into the YouTube police, and they're like, well, this is inauthentic content. You kind of have to follow these rules, but these rules are so vague that like you might break them again later on in the future.
You won't know, yeah.
The other thing is we don't want to. I try not to overlap stories with other YouTubers now. So like, I just sent you guys a link. No other YouTuber has done that story, so you guys can do it if you want.
Okay.
I think I sent that to Wyatt.
Okay, sweet.
Over on Reddit.
All right, I'll check it out.
We'll take a look.
But that's just one of those. It involves one of those creatures you guys keep calling the goddamn Kingpin.
Okay, I really like that one. I like how.
I love the Kingpin.
I don't know. I've never really seen anything like it. It's really unique.
Weirdly enough, there's the series that I have going on right now. If you hop over on my subreddit, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I think it's part 11 is out. Or God, this thing is a mess. Yes, part 11 or part 10, sorry, of my private investigator series. I sat on that series, the original story for that, for about 2 years. And this creature that I've been writing about, the weird kingpin creature you guys keep calling, I did that. That was also in that story, but everything was so rushed with that story. And I ended up just going back through and changing everything. It still has the base bones of the original story, but like I'm at a point now where I'm like light years ahead of where I was originally.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been like revamping it. You've been working on it for a long time.
Yeah.
And you're in a more comfortable spot with it now.
Yeah. Even my first book that I published, I wasn't very comfortable with. This is back when Marcus was still learning how to do things, illustration wise, which he ended up finding his groove. He has like his own style now.
Nice.
Which I'll show you guys after the podcast is done. Excuse me 1 second. All right. But he has his own style now, and the original cover. Headphones fell out. He has his own style for the covers, and the original cover, he kind of just.
Yeah.
I was standing. So like, the original cover is me in a hoodie with a mask on, and then he went over that digitally and illustrated over it, and then just copy and pasted this Lovecraftian creature in the background.
Oh.
And it was like dark gray, and it was really hard to see. But But if you look at the new book cover now, it's completely different, and it's because he found his way of digitally illustrating stuff, which I think I can post in here. Is it still in here? Upload a file. Oh, good Jesus! It might not be on this computer.
That's fine.
Um,
That's good that he found his groove.
which don't let me forget. I do have to send you guys copies of the latest books and the original one as well. I have that sitting around. I'm just waiting for my my labeler to come in.
I forgot about that. Thank you again. That's gonna be sick.
And like I've hosted. This is the first time I've done something like this with Marcus. We ended up hosting a giveaway for signed copies of 2 books of whoever's choosing, like whatever they chose. So it could have been 2 exactly the same or 2 mismatch of one of the 3 books.
Hell yeah.
But like I do plan on getting to a point where we can, as a community, like the Dark Archive in general, I want us to get to a point where we build a special place for all these stories as well as other creators. I don't want it to be just me going forward.
Mm-hmm.
I do want it to be like, if Wyatt wants to write a story, he can post it on the sub. He can get some attention to it.
That's something Wyatt was actually talking about.
Yeah, I will.
He wanted to make like a website or something, or work eventually. This will be like further down the road. We wanted to make a platform
Yeah.
where creators can express themselves and like meet up, or like guys not meet up, but like talk to each other. People can like write stories for people on there. But that's basically what you're doing right now, and I think that's really it's quite impressive.
Yeah, I've just been building like
Yeah,
my
well,
subreddit as a whole,
that-
just to go towards that goal, is make sure that everyone has a place. Obviously, it probably won't be as big as you Nosleep, or even what was the other one? Horror Stories, r/horror stories is the other one, or even Tales from the Creep. Like these are really big places.
Well, don't cut yourself short. I feel like you get there.
I mean, maybe eventually, but
Could be. You just
I gotta diversify soon, and
I mean,
can see
everybody's-
that.
knows where you'll be in the next little bit.
Good at what?
Yeah.
Keeps
Far
getting
right
out.
now, but, who knows where you're gonna be next,
Yeah, and
right?
again, I want to. My main goal, and I've said this from the beginning, is build a place that, like 5 years down the line, I can kind of just step away and let the community take over.
You're like self-sufficient.
Yeah. I want this to get to a point where, kind of like No Sleep, I'll come in and check on it a little bit. Though right now, the archive, the subreddit, is exclusive to. What does it say? Where my flare at? I'll figure it out. But it's exclusive to me only, unless I explicitly say otherwise. Which I'm working with a couple of authors to get to a point where we can build a more widespread world. Because a lot of my stories take place on 2 different Earths.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't do the whole Marvel thing where there's, another.
All the same universe.
Well, no, I don't do the whole Marvel thing where it's what are they called? They're doppelgangers of like the other person. You know what I'm talking about?
Doppelgangers.
There's another version of that person in the
Oh,
multiverse.
the multiverse. Yeah.
Yeah. So like there's a bigger multiverse that I am working on. But I don't do the whole there's another, Kane, there's my main character from my main series.
So, everyone's uniquely in their own, I guess, self. They're their own self. There's not going to be I don't know, this guy here. Oh, there's another one in that pocket of the universe. Like,
Yeah.
You just want all you guys to be unique.
So like when you guys get the books, Kane is my main character for the experimented on by a government series.
Oh, okay.
He is the best way to describe him is a cryptid killing machine. That is what his whole thing is. He was made.
Made to like fight monsters and shit.
Yeah,
and just-
so I haven't
many
really.
monsters?
I'm gonna give a little insight on this podcast, but Kane was killed in action in Afghanistan
Shit.
originally. Is like how he started as a character.
Oh, okay.
And I forgot what I was doing. I think I was reading something somewhere about how they were like potentially raising ants back from the dead using a serum or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the website was saying, and I'm sure it was just tongue in cheek, like they were just chatting the chat. But I was like, oh, maybe I could do something with this character that I randomly killed off one day in one of my side stories, and it ended up evolving into this very intricate and sometimes convoluted storyline that's like stuffed with characters and world building, but at the same time not overstuffed.
Yeah, it just became like your So I guess something like you mainly focused on, something you
Yeah,
really
it was
enjoyed.
basically my flagship series, and then
Okay.
obviously I branched out to season two, which is happening right now. I I got a master list here. Like I can read you every single title from the master list. There's the Revenant Directive, which is book one, or Kane's story season one, and then the second series that I was working on this series alongside Kane's series because the original plan was for them to be interconnected, which is the
Oh, that's
Cold
cool.
Water season one, which it happens on the same Earth, but it's not interconnected. The same government organization and evil corporation, because I'm not original at all, are on this world as well. So this is happening during the events of Kane season one.
Oh,
And then I have
okay.
so like
Okay.
these are WIPs, which are work in progresses. Coldwater Incident season two, and Last Light Protocol, which is Kane's story, which is season
Hmm.
two for him.
I like the
Um,
names. They're the titles, or if you call them. I think they're very unique.
I have my Sentinel Ridge Incident series for Dark Knight Tales.
Hmm.
I've got my Fear Not series, which was very biblically inspired because why not?
Fair enough.
I have my
I've always
Loop
wanted to write
series.
a biblical story.
So again,
So I always wanted to write like a biblical story. That's like on my list.
I can
I
send
remember
you.
you were writing one, Wyatt.
I can send you guys like the
Yeah, I was
master
working on
list
one at one, but
so you guys can
So
read some of these.
okay.
Um, my
yeah,
Loop
send me whatever, dude.
series. It's about a man stuck in a time loop, also happening on
Ooh.
Kane's Earth, but with what's going on with this character specifically, he's stuck in a time loop because he did something. It's basically like purgatory.
Oh,
Um, he did something that messed with. It's a very petty reason, but he wanted gambling. I don't allude to this. There's like a storyboard that I have of this. But he's gambling with this all powerful being, which ends up being the big bad from Kane's story. He's gambling with him, and the big bad loses the bet. So as a weird twist of like kind of screw yourself situation, he put the guy in a time loop.
damn.
And I think I don't remember, it's the same 5 years or something like that. He lives the same 5 years over and over again. And when he finally realizes he's in a time loop, he goes right back to the beginning.
Oh, okay. So it's literally just like it's just mental torture
Yeah,
after a
yeah.
while. Okay.
I have my
That was
Antarctic research series.
that.
I Good.
I love Antarctic stuff. That I'd be interested in that. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'll send you guys over the link to the master list
Yeah, I'd
after
be down
this.
to read some of those.
My archive case files, which is some of the older writing styles. I'm not doing that. Like I'm not linking those anymore, just because people are like, "Oh, AI, AI, AI." I'm just like, dude, it was written when I was in college. Like I don't understand. I would have gotten kicked out of my creative writing classes if it was AI.
Fair.
Um,
Freaking.
That's fair.
Also, AI doesn't really like didn't exist all that much when I was in college. Like a lot of these
Wait, yeah.
stories are good.
When do you start getting into writing? Like when that all happen? I know you said earlier before start of the podcast that one of your buddies sort of got you into it.
Yeah, so I was friends with um for his name. It's been a while since I've talked to him. He's
Hmm.
I want to say Dominic Eagle,
Okay.
but I was friends with him at one point, and I was reading a lot of his work early on. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I was also this is before I moved out to where I am now.
Hmm.
Um, there was a series on Webtoon called Sweet Home,
Okay.
and
I can
I
do it.
read that shit religiously as it was coming out. I would even pay for the coins to get um, access to the next episode before it was released.
Wait, is Sweet Home, Sweet Home?
It's on
I think
Netflix. I think they like changed the story entirely for Netflix.
okay, I swear I've heard of it.
Isn't that
Oh,
that's the Korean one, right?
Yeah, yep,
yeah. Yeah, I love that one. Holy crap. Like the monsters and stuff and like it's like an apocalypse.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I was
That one's
reading
good.
that, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I was out on my aunt's balcony because I was living with her at the time, and she's on like the third floor. But like the power went out, and there were people screaming like bloody murder. It sounded like people were
Yeah.
being like absolutely killed in the streets. And I was like, maybe I could write something about this. But I never really took up any like writing for it. I kind of just left that up in the air. And I kept that thought even as I moved to where I am now. And I was like, I think I could write something. Let me dust out the old laptop and see what I could write. And it took a lot of trial and error. Again, this most recent story inside the archive is my original first ever story. What started everything, which is the Private Investigator series. And again, that was maybe a two. I'm saying that you probably could read the original full book in like 20 minutes because it was just like a really short thing. And now I've got it to a point where it's maybe it's got I think 20 parts is my limit for this specific series because
Yeah.
I there's a story I want to tell with this, and I don't want it to be like Kane's story. Kane is just a super powered being. They're like there's not much that can stand up against him. Um,
Okay.
that's not to say he has superpowers. It's just he's strong enough to like. Again, this isn't really much of a spoiler. He's able to stand up against like Wendigos and
He'll
Skinwalkers. He's
destroy like creatures, like I guess featured creatures, whatever they're called.
yeah,
Um,
and so I made this whole class system for different versions of these cryptids. So like there's Omega class, Apex class, Alpha class.
oh, that's cool.
I even have a beta class and a safe class, but the safe and beta classes don't really appear all that much because they're weak. No one really cares about that.
You could like
Um,
you could introduce them as like utility for the people.
well, yeah, that's something that's going on now.
That's cool.
So you have like the Apex class, which is the strongest of said species. Then you have the Alpha class, which is just a little stronger. Like they could take on two or three of the Apex class in a single, one on three fight or whatever the case might be. And then I have the Omega class, which is where Kane is, and some of the big bads also have like their own class system because you get to a point where the protagonist is at a certain spot in his life, and even just in his power system as a whole, that nothing can really touch him. So I had to make a class system up there with him, or even stronger than him, while also
Hmm.
adding creatures organically to the Omega class system. So I have stuff like the Shriek Hound or the Skinned Man, for instance, is another one of the Omega classes. And
Okay. So I'm getting like when I'm
That's
thinking about
cool.
that, I think of like the mutants from like X-Men where they're like they I think they're sort of categorized
yeah,
into like
yeah,
higher
it's
levels.
very similar to that. The main inspiration for that though was the SCP Foundation website
Oh
where they
yeah,
have Thaumiel
Keter
and
classes and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So like my Omega class is like the Keter class. Like they
That's
could
cool.
they could cause some serious damage if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Um so like just the world building aspect of all this has been really fun without being too convoluted.
It seems like it'd be really fun to I don't know just think up like a monster and like put it in a class and like I don't know have things that might work well with it or things you want to throw at your protagonist and like I don't know it seems really cool.
I think my Patreon exclusive series.
It's always fun like coming up with this concept.
Yeah, yeah. You go on. I cut you off by accident.
No, that's all. I just said it's fun coming up with concepts and like creatures and shit like that.
Yeah. And again, like I could kind of walk you guys through my process. Like I have a storyboard ready right now. Let me open it up real quick. So what I'll do is I'll go into a document and let's see, where's my next storyboard? Where's it at? Sorry, give me a second. Dude, I have like I have like 500 documents in my Google Doc.
Jeez.
Yeah,
No
it gets go crazy with it. All right. So like this is part 9 storyboard for Kane's season 2. I knew what I wanted. I wanted Kane and a character named Shepard to pick up right where like I had left off, which is in the middle of a fight. I wanted to make sure that there was, and the way I break it down is very like sporadic. I want Kane to prepare for his fight mentally, so I'll throw in a section where he's psyching himself up, or the big bad's here at the same time. So there's this big fight going on in the Sahara Desert in this part specifically, and I want Kane to basically try to psych himself up for the fight with the big bad. He's expecting a monologue, so he's like making jokes the entire time. And the big bad isn't going for his usual antics, which is monologuing. I make that very clear, like he's not doing that. The main thing I wanted to like portray in this specific part was the big bad's not trying to take Kane's body anymore. He's trying to like recruit him for a fight.
Recruit him like to get him on his own side? Or...
Yeah, because there's something bigger at play that I keep hinting at, which is like my what was the series called? I made a series called I listened to Confessions from Cryptids.
Oh, okay.
I think I've seen that one in one of the subreddits.
Yeah, I might have posted.
I
I posted it a
a
couple places. Times. Yeah, but that's like a 6-part series or something like that, and
dang,
I keep hinting at the big bad isn't actually trying to be bad. It's just more of like he has to be this way. Because if he isn't this way, then something else could potentially happen that isn't planned for.
Yeah. So he's like a necessary evil.
Yeah, and you know, from Kane's point of view, he doesn't see that, and as the reader, you don't know what's going on until you read all the other interconnected stories. Because there's a section of I think I just did this series. I don't know how long ago it was, but it was Tales from a Dead Earth is what I called the series, which takes place like 3 months after. It's the day the sky went orange. It takes place 3 months after everything happens in book 1. And
so
it's like Kingpin and Spider-Man.
fuck you.
Kingpin.
I knew you were gonna work it back in here. I fucking called it.
It's in it.
I had to wait for a moment.
But the series is focused on. I don't tell you this right out, but like after a certain point in this specific series, he's the last human on Earth. Everyone else is gone. He doesn't know this. He thinks that there's other people still alive.
Is this on on Kane's Earth or the other Earth?
This is on an Earth that is no longer accessible.
Okay.
Okay. At the end of Kane's series, or his first season, I made it very clear that this Earth was never going to see the light of day again. Like, no one was going to be able to get back to it.
It was just one dude left over with all these, like, creatures?
Yeah, so when the big bad... Again, this isn't really much of a spoiler. You don't know this because I don't tell you this. Which I think I'll eventually get to explaining that more as time goes on. You know, people want to see some of the origin stories for some of these characters. But the main big bad's name is Azrael. It's a play on Azrael. But he's an angelic being, basically. That's a little bit of a spoiler, but that's neither here nor there.
Fair enough.
His whole thing is he doesn't need permission to steal somebody's body. He can just do that whenever he wants. But if he gets permission, he's able to access more of his powers, which is why he was going after Cain in the first, the first book. Is this whole sole reason is going after Cain because Cain is his perfect vessel.
Cool.
So like in his search for, or during his time of need of a vessel, somebody presents themselves without him even realizing. So he takes that person instead. And that's where this other person is on a completely different Earth with different events going on.
Oh.
And Cain is trapped in a place where he doesn't know what's going on during this point in time. So it ends up being this whole, what's going on here? What are the events that led to this? And I kind of elaborate on this with the series. Azrael goes through this Earth after taking over this body and turns everybody into this, like skinwalkers are all turned into flesh mod. Like everything is turned into a variation of what it was, but with covered in flesh and corrupted. And
Okay.
Azrael is going through the entire time of the story without the character realizing and killing off these factions that are in the series. So like you learn very early on that this guy might be the last person on the planet, and I gave it a decent ending. The big bad is evil, yes, but he's not going to kill. Like he took all the dogs off the planet, he took all the cats off the planet and put them somewhere safe.
So you're just killing
He just wants able bodies to fight, and he thinks that animals are the one exception that don't follow this rule.
Okay.
Sorry, my headphones fell out. So, when it came to building this character, I never had, my community manager, she straight thinks this dude's evil. I'm like, well, no, he's not evil. He's just misunderstood. He's very clearly misunderstood, especially with the Confessions of Cryptids series. You learn that very early, at the end of that series. You learn that he is so misunderstood that he's actually doing, in his eyes, the best thing possible.
Okay. So he's he's like a higher being to where we wouldn't understand his intentions and we just see it as evil.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Thanos.
I guess.
Sorry, yeah,
you want to go that route? But he's all or nothing. Thanos is willing to let half the universe survive. This dude is all or nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and again, there is something bigger at play. I'm just hinting at. I know that there is somebody in my community that is more than willing to try to guess what I'm referring to. Hi, Penelope. But she's probably gonna be the only person to get what I have going.
Okay, she's deep in the lore.
Yeah, she's pretty much read everything.
Oh, that's good. You have somebody to go over everything, right?
Yeah.
It's always nice getting second opinions or outside opinions and things like that.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys would want to talk about before we wrap things up?
Oh, I was gonna ask what your favorite color was.
I am colorblind, so
Yeah, Ben was very insistent on that.
You did say that. I do remember that. Shit.
It's usually just blue
So
and
his favorite
red.
color is gray.
Well, no, I can see blue and red. I can't see yellow and green. So you toss a green ball into some grass, I won't be able to see it.
Shit. If a green ball goes in the grass, it just disappears.
If it's the same, a similar shade, I won't be able to see it.
Oh man.
All right, let's.
That's. Huh.
Yeah.
Your poor kids. If you're playing catch with the tennis ball, eh?
Pretty much. All right. Well, I think it's about time to wrap things up. Well, this is technically episode 5, guys. If anybody wants to strangle Marcus for me, if anybody sees him in England, please just do it. Just do it.
Kick his ass.
Well, you're saying you might have us on again.
And I plan on having you guys back maybe next week if you guys are free.
Oh yeah.
I'm
fine with that.
Yeah, we'll be free next week.
I'm just trying to get a fairly
I could probably do
regular
it
like
from
cast
home.
going.
Like,
I think we will also have a fourth on the podcast next week as well.
Sweet.
This is somebody that's also well known in the community, so you guys can ask him whatever, talk to him about whatever, I imagine. So,
All right.
all right, this is Jay with the Behind the Archive podcast, wrapping it up with Ben and Wyatt. See you guys next time.
See ya.